As the battle of the top EV companies continue, Nio has been taking a hit due to many reasons. So is it the right time to buy? Keep watching as we answer that by going through recent news as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. First up, Nio has fallen by almost 50% in the past 1 month, going from a price of $22 to $11 as recession hits China and Europe. But Mizuho is standing strong on their buy rating with a price target of $40, indicating almost a 300% upside. A few points that could make this a reality are number 1, the Europe expansion, number 2, the weak competition, and number 3, the innovation. Talking about the Europe expansion, Nio started delivering the ET7, EL7, and the ET5 models on 7th October. As for the weak competition, Tesla and some other big companies are losing market share due to weak demand and high prices, benefiting Nio. Apart from this, innovations like the battery swapping feature and their rental model for the European market are playing well for the car maker. With all that in mind, let's analyze the charts. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1-day chart for Nio, and first we'll analyze the 1-day chart, then the 1-hour chart, and to end it off we'll get in the 5-minute chart. But right off the bat we can see that we've fallen to pretty much, let's see, how long did it take to get over here? Well, we've seen lows that we first saw in 2020, so that's pretty bad. And of course we've fallen by over 50%, almost 50% ever since the last month. So why did it happen? First up, over here we can see that we got a very simple pin bar candle pattern, right? It was a green pin bar candle on the lower side followed by a red bearish candle, of course. So this pretty much indicated that the stock is going to fall. So it was a pretty good trade opportunity over here if someone shorted the stock, right? Of course, a stop loss around $23, right? The top of this candle, and a target pretty much double than that, I believe. So 23 and even 20, so that's 14, right? So you could have easily achieved this $14 price target over here, and that would have given you some decent gains. But anyways, that was the past. So what does the future look like for the stock? Well, we recently got two pin bar candles over here. So first one was over here and the second one is over here. But now we can see that we've pretty much bottomed around the $10.4 zone, right? So once we get a pin bar candle and it's followed by a green candle, I already told you this in many videos that the stock is likely to go up after this scenario. So in my opinion, Neo should rebound this week, from Monday. Probably it would get hit at a resistance around first, well, 11.9, somewhere around $12, right? After that, of course, somewhere around $13. These are psychological resistance levels. Again, $12.5 psychological. After that, another resistance would probably be somewhere around 13.75, somewhere around 14.5, of course. So do I believe that the Neo stock will go up? Well, in my opinion, it should go up in the short term at least, right? At least for a few days. It might crash again if it fails to break first up the $12 resistance and then the $13 resistance, right? So watch out for these levels if you're trading on the swing, and of course if you're even a positional trader, right? Of course, this I believe will continue until the earnings report comes out. And of course, if we look at the numbers, we know that this earnings report might disappoint investors. So where does the next support lie, right? In case we get the worst scenario possible for Neo, where is the next support? In my opinion, or rather as data shows, 6.2, $6.3 would be the next major support, right? So between $7 to $6 should be the next support zone. And in case we get a negative earnings report over here, we'll probably be somewhere around the, at least under the $10 range. And that should be enough fuel to spark up another bearish trend. But in case that this earnings report is positive somehow, then of course, we'll go up and we'll go up higher, right? Because as you guys already know that Tesla is losing market share to BYD in China. So of course, as long as Nio can keep up the pace and stay head to head with Tesla, they should be able to get a good market share in China, leading to good growth. But then again, it's definitely possible that the opposite of this happens and Nio fails to get any good demand in China in 2023. So that is possible as well, but then again, it all comes down to the earnings report, so we'll have to wait until that comes up. But in my opinion, we'll probably continue the bearish trend until the earnings report at least comes out. Now, I'm drawing these levels um, out of estimates. So don't look at the price part. It's just to tell you guys that the bearish trend would continue. With that being said, should you buy the new stock? In my opinion, there will be a better zone, or rather a better time to buy the stock. So you should probably wait, but of course, not financial advice. With that, let's quickly jump into the 1 hour chart to analyze some swing trades. Now that we're in the 1 hour chart, we can see some pretty strong sell-offs over here. So, of course, the first one would be over here on 14th October. This was probably the day that we got the negative earnings report, or rather, I'm sorry for that, the CPI report for September. Then 18th October was a negative day as well, but we made pretty much a tower over here, right? Just one big candle, and after that, it was just the base taking support, I believe, at the $12 range. Yup, it took support around the $12 range and it got resisted around the $13 or rather $13.2 range. Then next support pretty much 10.75. Let me mark it 10.75, right? Resistance around 11.4. After that, we can clearly see that over here we got a pretty good day when it comes to bull runs, right? It was a pretty obvious bull run with no red candles on the 1 hour chart, but we did see some signs and some chances of a possible reversal. But we can clearly see that the last three candles over here indicating that selling pressure was, lowering down for the stock because we had major selling pressure here, here, indecision over here, and of course lower selling pressure over here, and no selling pressure at all in the last candle. So this indicates that we might be in for a gap up on Monday, as I already told you in some other videos as well, probably the Rivian video that I recently made. So with that, I believe that we should probably open in a gap up on Monday. It doesn't have to be a huge gap up, right? Probably somewhere around the $11.5 range itself. We might get resisted around 11.5 and then continue the fall. This is just my guess. It's not 100% accurate. But of course, if we look at the fundamentals plus the technicals connected, a gap up on Monday would happen. But of course, thanks to the fundamentals and the negative news and stuff, we should probably go down after that. With that being said, I don't believe there's much left to analyze in the 1 hour chart. So let's quickly jump into the 5-minute chart. So now that we're in the 5-minute chart, we can see that this absolute bull run that we got on Friday was not so absolute. First up, we can see that of course we had some increased volatility in the market opening hours and the first few hours. After that, around mid-market, we can see that we were pretty much range bound between the level of $11.10 and $10.9 pretty much. After that, we broke out of it on the upside after getting a pin bar candle reversal scenario, right? So it's a pin bar candle on the upper side followed by a green candle, right? We went up. Of course, this over here, this fall was pretty significant as well, or rather not significant, but signaled in my opinion. We got two pin bar candles over here pointed to the downside, so this could have been a good short trade as well. So we can see that we got supported around the $11 range as well. So this range squeezed pretty much on the upper side. So if of course we look at the last few candles, we can see that we got some similar pin bar candles to the downside followed by two green candles. So this might be the indication of a reversal, right? On the upper side, of course, because you can see that we got one candle pointed downwards and one candle, or rather two candles pointed upwards, right? So two downwards, two upwards, that pretty much cancels them both and indicates that we'll get a green candle first thing on Monday. But then again, this could be wrong, so do let me know what you guys think about the Nio stock in the comments down below. And of course, if I were to give the stock a price target, my price target, honestly, I'm not super bullish on Nio, but considering the fact that Tesla is losing market share, it's not a bad bet. So my price target would probably be somewhere around $16, right? That should be a good valuation. So that would indicate, once the stock falls down, it should get you probably, I believe, 80-90% growth. But if what Elon Musk has to say about China's recession is true, then the stock might even fall down lower than that, and you might get a better discounting opportunity to buy it. But should you buy it? Again, that is entirely up to you. Remember that this definitely was not financial advice, it's just my own opinion. If, however, you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel Stox 101 for more such videos, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one.